I've been thinking about suicide some days. 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 I wonder when that nigga pain gon' go away. When I die, baby girl, say me this mate. I don't wanna love her, so I don't wanna fuck her. You hanging with your best friend, bitch, I say fuck her. If you ain't around her, bitch, I'm never around you. Choose me or fucking her. I don't wanna fuck her. I just wanna fuck you. Poppin' pills, still skirt. I just wanna touch you. I don't wanna hug you. I just wanna kiss and fuck her and love you. I just wanna tell her I don't wanna fuck with her. I just wanna tell her I don't wanna fuck with her. Get your friend around me before I clutch on her. Get that from around me before I shoot on her. Pussy nigga talking like he with it, I'ma pop on her. Spin on her block and I pop her brother and I'm on her. I've been thinking about suicide some days. 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 I've been thinking about suicide some days.